Hi, it's Teresa at the Murray Library. Thanks for joining me today as we make these cute little sock snowmen. If you're local and have picked up a craft kit like this, you have everything you need except for glue. So grab some glue as I go through what's in your kit, and you have instructions and a little packet with everything you need for the hat and the face and the scarf, plus buttons, which this one doesn't have, but little buttons to go down his front. And then you have a sock, which has already been tied for you down at the bottom, and 1 1/3 cups of white rice. So the first thing you need to do is get your sock, and we're going to fill it with the rice. My suggestion is to get a heavy bottomed glass, or you could use a cup, or if you have a funnel, and make it a little bit easier to fill. If you want to put your sock over the glass like this, you could use a piece of paper or even a paper plate to make a funnel, just to make it easier to get all that rice in there. And then just help your child empty the rice into the sock. And you do have 1 1/3 cup of rice, which works just about right for this size sock. You might need to get a little spoon or a butter knife or something to kind of help you get the rice down into the sock. And this is also, the rice is going to give the snowman some weight, so he's not going to fall over. And you can kind of manipulate him and have him sit, however you want. And they're really fun and really cute and very easy to make. However, the small kids will need some help, especially this part, just getting your rice in. And then securing your snowman with rubber bands. They might need some help. The rubber bands are included here in your kit. You do have rubber bands in here. So I've got the rice in the sock, and I'm just going to get my rubber bands out and get ready to secure it. There's my other rubber band. So you can see I've got my rice down in there. Be sort of careful when you take your sock off that you don't spill everything out. But there you go. So you're going to take one of your rubber bands and secure it. You can feel where the rice ends, and then you have a lot of sock left over, and this will form the hat. But get that on there. Now, if you want, you could take a piece of twine, yarn, fishing line, or whatever, and go around your rubber band with that, because over time, if you have this for several years, your rubber band will disintegrate. So if you're concerned about that, put an extra piece of string on there. So now I just have this big sort of oval-shaped blob, but I'm going to determine how big I want the head to be, and we're going to take another rubber band and form the head. Now, right about here is where the heel of the sock is, and that's a good place to form the head. So get your other rubber band and put it right around there wherever you want the head to be. So mine's just going to look like that. I'm going to move that little guy out of the way. And there's my scarf that's in the kit. And I have googly eyes in there. A little orange triangle for the nose, a piece of yarn for the mouth, pom-pom for the hat, and some little buttons for the front. sort of right here. So I'm going to put the buttons on first, and then I'll do the face. Whoops, got a little bit of glue there. So I'll put some glue on that one. You just need some white glue. I'm using some tacky glue, but just school glue, white glue works. You don't need anything fancy for this. And I think I'm going to cut down my yarn just a little bit for the smile, and you might need to as well. But I'm just going to trim that off a bit. And you might want to lay your snowman down sort of flat like that, and might make it a little bit easier for your child to glue on the face. But I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and put on the googly eyes and the nose and the smile. Oh, I think my yarn is still just a little bit too long, so I'm going to take a little bit more off of that. And of course you could make him have a frown if you wanted a sad snowman, but mine is going to have a smile. There we go. And next I'm going to put the scarf on. I don't recommend tying it around his neck. This felt can sort of shred or tear. So my suggestion is just to wrap it around and then glue it in place. Actually, it sort of stays without doing anything to it, but you might just go ahead and secure it with some glue. So mine's going to look just a little bit like that. So I'm going to put some glue underneath here and glue it down to the body. And then I'm also going to glue that down like that just so it stays in place. You can make his hat in a couple of different ways. And if you have some extra fabric around the house, you could even just fashion a little hat out of some other kind of fleece or felt that you have around, or another part of a sock. But I'm just going to make a big fold and sort of bring it down on his little head, and then I'm going to make a brim like that. Just like that. I think I hit one of his eyes. They're not quite set yet. And in your kit you have a pom-pom. So you can do this in a variety of ways. You can glue the pom-pom on the top like that. I've also included just a bit of yarn if you want to do something different. You could tie it. And on this one, I did both. I tied the top with a piece of yarn and then I glued the pom-pom on. But you don't have to have the pom-pom on either. You can do it any way you want. You could use that piece of yarn instead. You could, go around the neck or decorate some other way with that piece of yarn. But there you go. There's your little snowman. And this is a great craft to do with the kids in the wintertime. And you probably have those mismatched socks left at home. So thanks for joining me. See you next time.